This is Brad Hovland, and I'm a senior recruiter with Harbinger-Partners, and I'm with
Steve Grumlin, also a senior recruiter with Harbinger-Partners, and today we are going to do a short tutorial video on one method of recruiting via LinkedIn. LinkedIn has become a very popular social networking tool, and in the recruiting industry it's become very valuable. And so I am going to do a short demonstration on a search that I would do for a real-life client and show folks in the viewing audience how they might go about doing this for themselves once they get a job that they're working on.
Great. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, so we're going to take a look here. I'm on my face page of LinkedIn. I'm going to go to Advanced Search. I happen to need a candidate who has a very specific skill set. And this candidate is going to be a business analyst who has experience around software in a customer relationship management tool by Microsoft called Microsoft Dynamics CRM. It's fairly specialty, and I'm going to see who in my network I would have that has that skill set. So I'm just going to do a very basic search, and in the title field I'm going to do business analyst. And in the keyword search, I am going to do Microsoft Dynamics. Very specific. And then I'm going to search for people that are within radius of 50 square miles of my zip code, because my client is fairly close to where I live. And I'm going to do a search. And so what happens then is that it pulls me up a list. There are 1,344 possible records of people that either have business analyst as their title or Dynamics or Microsoft Dynamics in the description of their experience from a technology perspective. And so what I do is I simply go down and I start looking through some of the records, and I take a look at some of the titles, and I find somebody that looks good. For instance, here's a candidate here named Drew, and I'm going to pull his record up. And it looks like he is now a consultant. It shows me some different areas that he's consulted within and some companies that he's consulted with. Tells me a summary, and it talks about the fact that he has a lot of expertise with Microsoft Dynamics. And as I look over his profile, it looks like he might be somebody that would be a good fit for this. Now, I have an upgraded LinkedIn account. I went to the next level up from free, which allows me to send what are called in-mails, meaning even if I don't have Drew's email address, I can send him a note via LinkedIn, even though we're not directly connected. Drew is a second connection to me, and I can let him know that I'd like to talk to him about this job. So I'm simply going to hit send in-mail. I'm going to put my contact information in. It allows me to put my cell phone number. Makes it easy for Drew to get a hold of me. It allows me to pick a category, and in this case it would be a career opportunity. The subject is going to be, I want to talk to him about a possible BA position. And I am going to choose not to have a salutation, and then I basically have a prefabricated kind of pitch email that I'll send to multiple candidates. So I simply cut and paste that in. I adjust it so that it's specific to Drew, outlines the job, tells him about the company, tells him about some of the experience that they're looking for, and I think there's enough information there to get Drew's interest if he has some interest in talking to me further. And then I simply send it off, and if Drew decides to accept my in-mail, he'll get back to me, and then I'll be able to see his contact information. And from there I'll give Drew a call. We'll set up a time to talk, and I'll cover the job with him, and hopefully it'll lead to a really good match. So that is an example of one way of recruiting via LinkedIn. Thanks a lot for taking a look at this.